Hey guys, a little preface here. This video is going to look a little bit weird. When we first filmed this, the framing wasn't right, so it's a little bit off. I had to do a little bit of a crop and a little split screen, so it's gonna not look exactly right. I tried to do my best to try to make it work for what we needed, but it's gonna look a little bit weird. Uh, just so you know what's going on. Alright, back to the video. Hello, welcome back to Media Countdown. My name's Chris.
I'm Robert.
And today we're going to be ranking the best movies of the Coen Brothers. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. We just try to pick the best ones that we liked.
More or less our favorite.
Our favorites, yeah.
All right.
And also, this goes without saying, this is all our opinion.
Of course.
Of course. All right, let's starting out with number 8 is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I like this movie. It's different. It had this it was this anthology type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Tim Blake Nelson as kind of like the main character
Mm-hmm.
was really good. And although the Western setting was pretty good. What'd you think?
Oh, well, I enjoyed it. It's very it's an easy watch. It's just a collection of short stories about the Old West, a bunch of interesting tales, kind of dark humor. The one with the gold digger is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the one where the guy keeps getting almost hung. The meme where he's like, "This is your first time."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it had a great cast too, and it just each
Mm-hmm.
one's completely different. So it's really easy watch, just entertaining. It has that Coen Brothers feel to it, so I really enjoyed it.
Number 7 is Hudsucker Proxy. This is probably one of my favorites. Probably out of all their movies, this is one of my favorites. I liked Tim Robin, was really fun. I liked the kind of that rapid fire dialogue that a lot of scenes were in. And Jennifer Jason Leigh was like as that kind of 40s fast talking reporter type. I was just like, that's what was always fun. What did you think about this?
It was just a nice, neat little comedy, kind of for the timepiece.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed timepieces, so a lot of the Coen Brothers do a lot, so that's why I like other movies.
And something that like happens a lot in their movies that we talked about, like they have this kind of different type of set. It's like it's in the world, but it's kind of idealized or kind of stylized. They do that a lot, and they do that in this movie. And they do a lot of their other movies too. It's probably one of my favorites. 6 is True Grit. Obviously, it's a remake of an old John Wayne movie. If you're going to make a remake, make it good, and this is what they did. Jeff Bridges as Richard Cogburn, and even Haley Stansfield as Maddie she was great as a character.
I also joined Matt Damon.
So. It's pretty much. It was kind of by the numbers remake, but man, it was really good. The performances were great. Yeah, awesome. Number 5 is Raising Arizona. I know you were probably one of the biggest fan of this one.
That was pretty good.
Some
of their movies now, they're like one of those things where everyone like loves them, and I'm like, I liked it.
Yeah. Like Holly Hunter, John Goodman, Nicolas Cage as the main character. Yeah, and this was another one of those, like that otherworldly aesthetic that they have. This was definitely one of those. Just really great. I remember this came out in like the 80s, and I remember this was one of the first times that like actually seeing a movie, because we'd had HBO when we were kids, and I remember this one kind of bored into my brain. So yeah, really good movie. Yeah. Number 4, there come the big guns, is No Country for Old Men. This was just a complete blockbuster. Won Best Director, Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Actor as Javier Bardem. And man, as Anton Chigurh, it was just a chilling performance. Yeah. And even Tommy Lee Jones as the he was the
I enjoy his character.
The cop kind of like he's basically dealing with something that he's kind of in over his depth. He's dealing with a level of criminal that he's never dealt with before, and he's just like flabbergasted, and kind of goes into the movie.
It is a tough guy movie, you know what I mean? Yeah. It is one of these movies that you like, not trying to be like that way, but it's just a very tough guy. entertaining, great story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would say this, and this was one of the big things that really stuck out for me that really put this movie kind of over the top. And, spoiler warning, the very end of the movie, like he meets Carla Jean as the Kelly McDonald, that character at the very
Mhm.
end. And when he goes to flip the coin,
Oh yeah.
and she basically
Like no.
no, she like all the characters in this movie have like just been, like in his power, and she basically tells him no, like, it's not like you're the blame, you're the one doing it, and she just kind of shuts him down. He has not like it's yeah that to me is like makes that movie. The very end of that makes that movie for me. Uh, all right, going on to number 3 is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah, this was like probably one of our favorites.
It is one of my favorite movies. Probably top 3, top 5 all time.
Not just Coen
all
Brothers,
time.
but just movies altogether.
I'm a sucker for movies about the South, especially old South.
Mm-hmm.
It always hits me every time. This is just a easy watch, an enjoyable movie through and through. It has a very comedy kind of side to it. I absolutely loved it.
And then the kind of the Odyssey allegory and like the soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
and like it just like this was one of those movies that me and our friends just constantly will quote because it's just a quotable movie. And George Clooney, John Goodman, Tim Blake Nelson was also in this. Mm-hmm. Like just favorite scene, probably. I don't want fuck. God damn it! I'm Dapper Dan Man.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mine is the one when they're in the theater and they. I thought you turned into. We thought you turned into a horny toad. Do not see.
Yeah. And John Goodman as like the Cyclops. Oh man, just if you haven't seen it,
it's really just a 5-star, 10 out of 10 movie if there ever was one.
Yeah. Like there was some other ones here. I mean, just we kind of on this list we kind of bickered over like where we should go, but yeah, this one was pretty high up. Number 2 is Fargo. And this one, best screenplay, and also Princess McDormand as best actress. Classic movie. Steve Buscemi. And
huge Steve Buscemi fan.
Yeah, huge Steve Buscemi fan, and it was different. It was definitely has that kind of dark, like kind of that kind of film noir kind of film. Like it was definitely like it seems like it was this. Kind of funny little movie, but it gets really, really dark. And especially having it in like.
Have you ever heard that it's like 3 different degrees of sociopath, like each character?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like the car salesman, and then the
well, the first hitman or whatever, Steve Buscemi's character. Then the other one's like completely cold and cut off, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's like I can't think of any movie before that was like that movie.
Yeah, and kind of and they kind of did use the like Minnesota setting. And oh wait,
yeah, it was Minnesota.
It was Minnesota,
but it was kind of like it. Well, most of it took place in Minneapolis, and then like they would go to Fargo because that was where they ran off to.
Yeah. And that kind of that Midwestern nice type, but then under that is like this kind of level of like darkness and craziness. I thought it was, pretty interesting. And, when it came out, like it was definitely like everybody was like, wow, because it was unique. And, it actually even led into like the TV show too. And last but definitely not least is number 1 is Big Lebowski. This was definitely that movie of like you either really like it or you love it. And me and him love it.
I do enjoy it a lot. Yeah. Some people go bananas over it. I'm not. Yeah. It's really great. I think a lot of people they love Sam Elliott doing the dude abides. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is a good cast. It also has Steve Buscemi and John Goodman. It's great.
Jeff Bridges as the main character. Yeah, like it's to me, I've always just thought it's like endlessly watchable. It's like definitely a classic, not just in this list, but like Like, it's definitely it's in my top 5, but it's definitely, I would say it should be in like the top 10 of like, most people's list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely that something that we got on to, the kind of the aesthetic of that movie was kind of, that heightened reality, and like, oh my God, just so many, quotable lines. Yeah, it's just awesome. Uh, what did you think?
Well, that was great. I think one thing that's kind of funny is how Sam Elliott still looks exactly the same as he does when that movie came
Yeah,
out,
like 30 years ago.
which is
Yeah, yeah, it's
vampire blood.
crazy. And yeah, like yeah, Jeff Bridges,
Well, I
Bill.
just like how his character through the whole film just kind of like
It's like he's not really, like, he's basically reacting to everybody else, because he's not like he's doing anything. The movie's kind of happening around him, and he really wished the movie wasn't, because all he wanted to do was just like chill out at his home
mhm.
and drink White Russians. That's all he wanted to do. But like everything else happened in the
It
movie.
does have some like really funny scenes that I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but like the scene that made me really laugh is when they went to the ocean to throw away his ashes at the clock cannon and they blow back in his
Blows
face.
back in his face, and he's just like, yeah. Or like paying for the gallon of milk
Oh yeah.
with a check. It's just that level of like, he doesn't care. Yeah, like, yeah, it really, really, really great movie. So that's it. Thanks for watching.
Remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And thanks a lot, guys.